front of me is a Honor 9A, and today I'll show you how you can go through the setup process of this device. So to get started, if you're planning to pop in a SIM card, you might want to do it like right now before you actually choose the language. And the reason why I say that is because if you're using a SIM card that is from a country that uses a different language than you will be using on your phone, then by inserting it, it will automatically change it to the language of the SIM card, completely disregarding what you have selected on the welcome screen in the first step. So well done, Huawei. This is the most stupidest design ever. So pop in the SIM card first, then select your language. And from here, I'm going to be sticking with English, and I'm not planning to insert a SIM card. So yeah, that's kind of why I'm doing kind of differently than I'm saying and I'm telling you to do. So anyway, next page we have select region. This will simply determine the time zone of your device. From here we have terms of use, so obviously you need to agree to them by selecting this box right over here, and if you're interested, you can tap on details right up here to basically read the entire license agreement. And next page we have the insert SIM card, 3 steps a little bit too late for everybody that will be using a SIM card that has a different language. So yeah, I'm skipping this. Then we have connect to network. This step is completely optional, and if you want to, you can simply sign into your Wi-Fi. If you don't, disregard this and skip it. If you choose to not insert a SIM card and also skip connecting to Wi-Fi, you won't have the option to log into your Google account throughout the setup process, though that can be changed later on after the setup has been completed by going into the settings. So next page we have data and privacy. This is Huawei, so this is kind of hilarious. I'm going to just simply select next. We have Huawei mobile services, so we have HMS core. Can read exactly what all of these are. As you can see, we have ad ID statistics, so this basically gathers data on you, I believe, what you search for, and then gives you ads based on your interests. So I'm just gonna straight up disable this. Then we have, there we go, there's the personalized ads. So what is this? When enabled, your information will be used to evaluate and improve the performance of advertising. It's basically the same thing. Okay, so we have also personalized ads, which, like I mentioned, this is actually what I was talking about before. It basically checks all what you actually search for on your device and then gives you ads based on that. So yeah, no thanks, I'm gonna turn that off. And how to update, I guess that can be disabled, enabled. It really depends on you if you want your device to be updated automatically. So I'm gonna go to the next page, which is device protection, and here I can set up some kind of screen lock. So we have a couple different ways of protecting our device apart from the screen lock. We also have fingerprint and face recognition. Now if you're planning to use either fingerprint, face recognition, or both of them, you are always going to be required to set up a screen lock anyway. That is, if something happens to your finger, your face, maybe the sensor gets broken or the camera at the front gets a crack, then you still have some kind of other way of actually accessing your device, thus screen lock. Now I'll be setting up only a screen lock. By default it will opt into a 6-digit PIN, but you can select right here change unlocking method and select to be a 4-digit PIN, pattern, or password. I'll be going with the pattern. So let's draw the pattern, repeat it once again, click on done, and now it's set. Now once you set up your pattern, it automatically goes into the 2 additional protections that you can set up, like I mentioned, fingerprint and face recognition. But if you just want to use a screen lock and you don't want to use any fingerprints or face recognition, you can simply skip this. Then we have enhanced services, so you can, let's see, is there anything? Okay, so this is basically the entire explanation on what the enhanced services are. You can enable them, you can set up enhanced services, or you can just completely disregard them and not use them. User experience program improvement. This is just more data gathering stuff. This is strictly for Huawei to improve the device. Let's just call it like that. So you can join this or skip it if you don't want to sign up for it. Then we have share analytics. Again, just more data gathering stuff. So I'm gonna select later. Huawei location services. Again, more data gathering services, though this one looks to be also used for things like weather, health, and so on. This will also, I believe, be used by Google Maps. This device still has Google services, so that's at least a positive. And I'm actually going to keep this enabled. Keep your software up to date. Enable overnight software update. It's completely up to you. If you want to, then select the enable and continue. But if you want to look for updates yourself manually by going into the settings, you can tap right here on this blue text, update manually. Now this is the most stupid way of doing this. So update manually, tap on this, and you have don't enable, enable. Are you sure you don't want to auto update overnight? Overnight software update makes it easier to get your latest features, security patches, and I assume if I select enable, it's not going to be enable auto or a manual update. It's going to be enable the automatic update. So yeah, that's kind of counterintuitive, because why would the option be easy to determine? Now here we actually have something useful. Unlike the 10 last steps, this is the data import. So if you have an older device that you updating this with, you can download their application. They have their own application that you can find in the Play Store or App Store, depending if you're using Android or iOS. And I believe the app is called Phone Clone. And what this allows you to do is connect the two devices together. So as an example, I have one right here. So I can connect these two phones together, and then choose that this device will be sending all the data to this one, and I can choose what kind of data it will be sending, and thus I can just move everything I want to my new device. But because I'm not planning to do this, I'm going to be setting it up as a new device. So set up as a new device right over here, and this will finish up the setup. Now if you're planning to move over the data, depending on how much data you have on your older device, this will take different amounts of time. So if you're planning to copy over like 50 gigs, probably prepare about an hour or so of your time for this. If you're planning to move even more, again, more time will be needed. And if you're not planning to transfer any data, then you're basically done. So that is how you could go through the setup of this phone. And if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.